And here you have it, over a $100,000 approval that you are seeing right here. And it took less than 60 days. What if I told you that you could access up to $250, if not $500,000 in real business funding, starting with $0 out of pocket? And hold on, before you think I'm blowing smoke or just saying anything, this is not, trust me, I'm not talking theory. I'm talking about structured corporations built to actually get you approved for something as massive as this. So I'm gonna break everything down in this video, so how you can get this same approval. So go grab your pen and paper, and without further ado, let's dive in. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go straight into this as far as why most business owners actually get denied when they're trying to get funding. Here's the truth. Whether you're a brand new or already running a business at this time, most people hit that wall when it comes to funding because they just think, oh, if I just have a 700 credit score, I'm good to go. I can go get $1 zillion. Wrong. You apply for a credit card or a line of credit and the limit comes back as $5,000, maybe even $10,000 if you're lucky. And it can definitely be frustrating, right? Because you're actually building, you've got a vision and you've got real expenses, but no one wants to actually take a chance on you. Why? Because your corporate structure is extremely weak. That's what nobody is telling you. That's why when you see all of these, funding companies and gurus and everything tell you, if you just have a 700 credit score, get with me. Yeah, and that's why they're giving you these relatively low limits, because they're not telling you that the banks are changing up. And I just don't say that like a broken record just to say it in these videos. And they probably don't even know. So let's actually break it down. A new LLC, especially those that just get formed in the last 6 to 12 months, sometimes get flagged constantly for all three major reasons. Let's talk about it. Number one, short credit history. Lenders don't know how long you'll actually stick around. They just seen that you just got started up. They don't know what you're capable of, whether that's good or bad. Number two, lack of financial credibility. You don't have banking relationships, finances, or age compliant documents. And these are three things within the three things that I'm telling you that you don't have. And number three, credit seeking behavior. If you've been applying everywhere and hoping to land some type of approval, this will actually hurt you. All of the banks are actually nervous of you. They're scared of you. Everybody that always tells you that has a funding company, they always tell you to shotgun their credit or shotgun your credit until you get what you're looking for, and that's not gonna help you. Even if sometimes you remove the inquiry, it can still put you in a bad spot. And as a result, most new businesses only get access to $5,000 or $30,000 in credit if you have everything down packed. If, again, you're lucky. But here's what actually happens when you have a properly structured age corporation, especially one that's been configured the exact right way. Now, let's actually go more into this rabbit hole. Here's how we structure the business side of your actual funding journey when it comes to this age corporation. First, we're going to position you for 0% interest business credit cards with intro periods that last from 9 all the way up to 18 months. And that gives you breathing room to invest, market, and actually scale without paying interest over a whole year. So you're just gonna be paying the minimum of the minimum balance. Then we open the door to the business lines of credit, which are revolving and can be reused when actually needed. Just be a little, cognizant of the utilization, because yes, lines of credit do have utilization. And to top all of that off, we help you establish vendor and net 30 accounts, which actually build your business credit file, internal scores, and unlock higher tier funding products. Because I'm telling you right now, all these things are actually needed when it comes to actually getting the funding that you're actually looking for. Because each step is tailored. Nothing is literally random. No shotgunning, no nothing. We base your plan off of 3 core factors. Number 1, baseline. I'm telling you everything foundation, your personal credit. Number 2, business compliance. That's with the age, that's with the documentation, everything to have on top of the foundation. And number 3, the structure and readiness of the corporate entity. This is a 1, 2, 3 punch right there in itself. Now, I know with all that being said, I get this question a lot. What if I don't have a 700 credit score right now? Well, it's actually very, very simple. We are going to help you fix your personal credit first because we can't do anything without that. So we're going to clean all the negatives off of your credit. We're going to build strong primary trade lines, not just AU trade lines, primary, and raise your credit score the correct way. And you'll never actually be thrown into a funding sequence until your credit is actually ready to support it. Does that make sense? We don't just hand you a shelf corporation, just wish you luck and things of that nature. No, we're gonna actually build the foundation properly. This is a done with you service. I'm gonna hold your hand throughout the whole process. And once your credit is actually in shape, that's when we can actually implement our shelf corp strategy. You see that? Pillars, levels to this thing, whatever you wanna call it. Now, with all that being said, let's actually talk about the real actual value of the shelf corporation. But not just any shelf corporation, not the stuff that you always hear on all the YouTube channels saying stay away from it and things like that. No, this is very handpicked, and this is a strategy before we give you guys anything. Because the ones that we provide, again, are hand selected and configured to meet bank compliance standards. And it has to pass underwriting filters on our end and before it actually gets to you, and positions you for real approvals. We're not just selling you any corporation off a spreadsheet. We're building entities that are, again, aged and compliant. We're gonna make sure that it matched the low risk NAICS code. So we're not gonna give you any high NAICS code type of thing. Make sure that it's tied to the right address, industry tags, and financial structure. So you're not gonna be looking which ways when they say, hey, I thought it was over here, but you're saying the address is over here, what's going on? And it's going to be backed by a clean credit report, ready for a personal guarantor. That's the difference between getting actually denied and actually getting the funding. Does that make sense? So when your entity actually looks seasoned and compliant and stable on paper, lenders are far more willing to issue serious capital to you because they now don't have to raise their eyebrow. They can lower it, no more red flags, all green flags. We've actually helped our clients secure $250,000 to $500,000 using this exact strategy. And I've been doing this before I actually told you guys. And we do it in the fraction of the time it would take to build everything from scratch. 1 month old LLC or 1 year old LLC, something that is way more 3 to 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, is totally different when it comes to the funding aspect. Now, let's actually talk the time and expectations. Since we're on the subject of it, here's how fast this can actually move. From the time that we clean your credit report, configure your corporate structure, the full process can take typically 45 to about 60 days. And this is just me. I just want to keep it honest with y'all. Disclaimer, because I never want y'all to think that I'm just trying to blow smoke at y'all or anything like that. It is a process. It is 45 to 60 days. And if you have that kind of time on top of cleaning your credit, whatever that is, it's all going to be well worth it. Nobody's just going to give you $500,000 just to give you $500,000 because they see you a little crappy, funky 712. No, it doesn't work like that. Remember, like I said before, pillars, layers, levels, whatever you want to call it. So with all that being said, this includes setting up the right banking relationships, building business credit trade lines. Again, we're going to have to put a specific trade line onto that business to make it even more credible. And then also preparing your applications for 0% credit cards, business lines, and other capital sources you won't be applying to blindly. You'll be applying with a real plan, okay? This is all in a nutshell that goes into everything to get you that funding. So look, whether you're a new entrepreneur or you're already running a business, you need leverage, and leverage comes from funding, but getting denied over and over or getting weak approvals doesn't move the needle, okay? You get real structure, real strategy, and a clear path to high limit capital. That's exactly how we provide in the How to Credit Start program. So we're gonna help you fix your credit profile, structure a compliant business entity, like I said earlier, and leverage custom shelf corporations securely so you can access $250,000 to $500,000 in capital, even if you're starting from zero. So if you're ready to access this kind of funding the smart way, what I want you to do is click the link below so you can apply for the program so we can set you up the right way. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. And I really hope this helps somebody. And again, if you're serious about it, sign up for the consultation. Please, this isn't a consultation where I'm just going to answer a bunch of random questions. If you're not ready to, take that leap and actually get your credit clean, actually get into the proper structuring to get everything situated, then this might not be for you. But if you are, again, click the link, and I pray and hope this helps, and I can't wait to get on your call. And until next time, ladies and gents.